So tomorrow's a deadline day to avert a government shutdown, which we have been talking a lot about today, and it coincides with nationwide day of protest tomorrow. You may not have heard about this, but a lot of folks are saying that you shouldn't go to school, you shouldn't go to work, you shouldn't go shopping to protest what activists call ICE's reign of terror. Local shops, local groups, I should say, across the country coordinating this action, inspired by last week's demonstration in Minneapolis. The group says, quote, "It is time for us all to stand up together and say enough is enough," and this is the way they hope to be persuasive on that. Let's bring in our panel. Katie Zakaria, legal and political strategist, and Patrick Murphy, former Democrat, Pennsylvania congressman. Good to see both of you. Patrick, let me start with you. I think that, people understand the complicated situation and the tragic situation that we've watched play out in Minnesota, but I don't know. It's like, is this really the way that is this effective here, shutting down? And the last thing that kids need is one less day of school.
Well, listen, I think the bottom line, Martha, is that peaceful protest, and not just out in the streets, but with your pocketbook, not shopping and other things, it's your constitutional right. And it's one of our, rights embedded in our Constitution. And there's probably nothing more patriotic. I mean, the majority of Americans, 58% of Americans, don't agree with ICE. They think ICE has gone too far.
So you think that the way to fix that is not going to work and not going to school tomorrow? You think that'll have an impact?
Well, listen, I'm going to work. I'm going to take my son, Jack, who's a sophomore at Cowaygan Catholic High School. I'm driving him to school tomorrow morning. He'll be at school. But I will tell you, people are pissed off. They think that ICE has gone too far. Martha, when you kill a 37-year-old VA nurse who's helping my brother and sister veterans, who's got shot 10 times. That's wrong. That happened 6 days ago. And the callous remarks from the secretary, calling him a domestic terrorist, that brother was helping my fellow veterans. That's wrong. People are pissed.
No doubt. I think everyone from the president on down agrees that that was a unnecessary tragedy, and that's why there is a major investigation into what happened there. But Katie, in terms of this form of protest, here's celebrities who are backing this, speaking out against ICE agents on the whole. Watch.
This is a fascist government. It's not becoming a fascist government. It is a fascist government.
ICE murdered our neighbors in Minneapolis and is terrorizing communities across the country.
They're blatantly murdering U.S. citizens. Imagine what they're doing behind closed doors at detention centers with no cameras around.
Katie, your reaction.
It's outrageous. And if the call is to peacefully protest and stay home, then exercise your First Amendment right and stay home and stay away from the ICE agents while they do their job, deporting people who are here illegally. And what is not being said by any of these people is that the ICE agents are merely enforcing a law on the books that you cannot enter this country illegally. United States Code 1325, it's right there. It is a crime to come here illegally. And the fact that they are not standing in unity with ICE and saying, listen to ICE, self-deport, stay home, or peacefully protest, but do not come out with violence because it will stir up more violence. These celebrities are not helping our country and they're not helping the cause. And if you ask them the question, are you for open borders and free flow immigration? How many countries have no immigration laws? Maybe they wouldn't be able to answer that question. And really the answer is zero. You have to have immigration laws and you have to have people to enforce those laws.
All right. I think it's worth pointing out that we saw this terrible situation in Minnesota. We have not seen it in other places, certainly not in the way we have seen it in Minnesota. And we have to remember that. And in places where there's cooperation, we are not seeing this with federal law. I got to leave it there. Patrick and Katie, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.